Hi everyone, and welcome back to Queen G's Recipes, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a caramel coffee cheesecake. Perfect for this time of year, actually perfect for any time of the year, but now that the holidays are coming up, most definitely will be a crowd pleaser. You will enjoy it and you will love to serve it. It's that easy to make and that delicious. So let's go over the ingredients we'll be needing here. First of all, I wanted to show you the crust. So what I have here is just a regular graham cracker crust. What I have added here is 1 1/4 cups of graham cracker crumbs, 1/4 cup of melted butter, and a tablespoon of sugar. I blended it all in my food processor and that is ready to go. So that's for our crust. I also sprayed my pan with some nonstick spray. I am using a 9-inch springform pan for that. So first of all, we're going to be needing some caramel sauce. I'm just using some sundae sauce, which is perfect for this recipe. You can find it in your local grocery store. We'll be using 1/4 cup of that, and we'll be using some for the topping, which I will be showing you how to do later on in the recipe. We'll also need 4 packages of cream cheese softened at room temperature. I have 1 1/3 cups of sugar. Here we have a tablespoon of vanilla extract and a tablespoon of instant coffee powder. Now, if you just leave the two together, they will instantly dissolve. Just make sure you stir it and it is completely dissolved before you use it. Here we have 4 whole eggs. I also have 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I also have 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So those are the ingredients we'll be needing to make our filling for our cheesecake. As I mentioned, we will be topping it with an amazing topping, which will be some fresh whipped heavy cream and some caramel sauce. Once we get to that point, I will show you what to do. Now let's go on to creaming our cream cheese. Okay, so into our mixing bowl, we are going to add in all of our cream cheese here. All right. And we're going to mix this until our cream cheese is lump-free and it's nice and creamy. Okay, so now that our cream cheese is nice and creamy, I don't see any more cream cheese clumps in here. We're going to add in our sugar. Okay, and we're going to mix for about 20-30 seconds. Okay, so now that we have our cream cheese and sugar nicely mixed together, just make sure that you clean down the sides of your bowl with a spatula in between mixing. And now we are going to add in our eggs with our mixer on low. We are going to add in 1 egg at a time until we have added in all 4. Now I'm going to scrape down the sides of my bowl once again, just to make sure we don't have any egg mixture on the sides and everything is nicely incorporated. You also want to make sure that you scrape down the bottom of the bowl, just to make sure nothing is down there, nothing is clumped up, any cream cheese or anything down there. And we're going to give this another mix, not to overmix. You don't want to overmix your filling, but just until you notice that everything is nicely creamed together and you don't see any noticeable chunks of cream cheese, egg, or anything visible. Okay, so now we'll add in our vanilla and coffee mixture. Okay. We'll also add in our dry ingredients, our flour, cinnamon, and salt here. And we'll add in 1/4 cup of caramel sauce. I'm not going to measure mine, I'm gonna eyeball it, but you can measure yours. Okay, so now that our cream cheese filling is complete and ready to go, I'm going to place some aluminum foil around my springform pan, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so what I have here is 3 pieces of aluminum foil overlapping each other. So I have 1, then I have 2, and then I have another one here, which is number 3. And what you want to do is you want to kind of put them diagonally, like on top of each other here, kind of forming a design so you have your whole pan covered. So what I'm going to do is take all 3 of them and just kind of crumple it up along the sides. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm just going to set this aside for a second. So I'm going to show you what you're also going to be needing. So what I have here is an 8 by 8 inch pan. I have filled it with very hot tap water. Now I'm going to take this and place it in my preheated oven at 300 degrees Fahrenheit on the lowest rack of my oven. So I'm going to place this on the lowest rack of my oven, and then on the medium rack I am going to place my cheesecake as it is wrapped here with the filling, and we are going to bake it. Okay, so by doing the process with the water, it helps prevent cracks in our cheesecake. Okay, so now we're going to place the filling into our crust. Now we'll bake our cheesecake for about an hour and 10 to an hour and 20 minutes. I'll let you know how long mine was in the oven for and what it looks like when we're done. Okay, so my cheesecake was in the oven baking for 1 hour and 35 minutes. Now I just left the water in there so I can remove it once it has completely cooled, so you want to be careful with that. And now I just want to quickly show you the cheesecake up close here. The outside is nice and firm, and the inside has a little jiggle, if you notice there. So that's exactly how you want your cheesecake. Now I'm going to let it cool at room temperature for about 45 minutes to an hour, and after that I'm going to place it in my fridge. I'm going to allow it to cool overnight, or you want to give it at least 6 to 8 hours, and then we'll make our topping, and I'll show you how to do that as soon as our cake is completely cooled. Okay, so my cheesecake, after baking, I left it on my countertop for exactly an hour. After that, I left it exactly as it was with the aluminum foil and all, and I placed it in the fridge overnight. So it's been 8 to 10 hours, and now what I did was when I removed it from the fridge just a few minutes ago, I gently ran a butter knife around the edges just to make sure everything is nicely released from the pan, which it will be because we did spray some nonstick spray, but I always like to be sure. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this on a platter. Okay, so now that we have it on our platter, I'm just going to release my springform pan carefully. And there you have an amazing cheesecake. So what I have here in a bowl is some heavy whipping cream, 35% fat. I whipped up 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of icing sugar. And now I'm just going to place it on the top of my cheesecake. Okay, now that we have our whipped topping on our cheesecake, I'm just going to add my caramel sauce. Now most definitely you can leave the caramel sauce and allow people to place it on their slice as much or as little as they like, but I know that my family enjoys the caramel sauce, so I'm just going to place it on the top of my whipped cream. Okay, so now we are definitely ready to enjoy a slice. Let me just clean my knife here. Okay, so let's give this a try. It is most definitely super, super creamy. The coffee comes out, the caramel comes out. The combination is just perfection. It is so, so good, and I really hope you guys give this a try. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give it a nice big thumbs up, and don't forget to share the video with your family and friends. Enjoy it, everyone, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so you can enjoy my future delicious recipes. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload a recipe. So I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye, everyone.